le ciel bleu vole en silence.
I'm widely renowned for my practicality, and so today I'm super proud and excited to be focusing on a really practical topic, picking the perfect bag. We all know we're buying bags just for practicality. I'm super excited about today's topic because I'm going to show you how to buy your next best bag, how to determine whether a bag is going to work well for you, and I'm going to also be covering some of the bag trends for fall 2025. So welcome if you're new here. My name is Netta. I'm a personal stylist. My whole focus is helping you build your best wardrobe because I want you to look beautiful. I want you to feel confident and stylish every single day. So of course I have tools, I have resources, I have my masterclass series that's happening every other week. I'm going to pop the link for that to sign up for that in the description box and the pinned comment. Even if you can't be there live, definitely sign up because you will get the replay. Also, I have my brand new, updated, newly formatted Fall Modern Classics Wardrobe Guide. I'm getting so much great feedback about that, and it really offers you a system for building the foundation of your wardrobe that's going to give you the versatility that you're looking for. So, okay, let's get into it. I have a lot to say about bags. So first of all, I want to share a couple of general tips about bags that I think are really important and that I really don't hear talked about that often. The first is that your bag should be your hair color. So if you haven't heard me talk about this before, when you're looking for a bag where you're going to spend a little bit more money on a bag, it's going to be your high end of your price range. And that can be whatever it is for you. Maybe it's $100, maybe it's $10,000. There's no judgment here. I have women of all different budgets here. So whatever that nicer bag is for you, you want it to be in the most versatile color possible. The most versatile neutral for you is going to be a color close to the color of your hair. So as a brunette like me, that's going to be chocolate brown or black. Chocolate brown is huge this season. But this is the dark color, the dark neutral that many of us with darker hair are using in our wardrobes. Now, if you've got gray hair or silver hair, that's going to be a gray or a cool taupe or even a white for you. If you have blonde hair, you're looking at camel, at sand, at beige, at tan, maybe at taupe. Those are going to be great neutrals for a blonde. And then if you're a redhead, you're going to be looking at like the cognac, middle kind of like cognac brown color, maybe a Bordeaux color, like a color that is really echoing the color of your hair. We're not looking for an exact match, but we are looking for something that looks like it kind of goes in the same color family as your hair. The reason for that is because if a bag matches your hair, it will match your outfit. Your most neutral is a neutral that's already on you. You always are going to have your hair on your head, so you're always going to want your bag to match your hair, and if it matches your hair, it's going to match everything you wear. So you don't need to worry if you're wearing a black outfit that your bag needs to be black. If you've got silver hair and you've got a gray bag, a taupe bag, a silver bag, then you can wear that bag with whatever it is you're wearing and not focus on matching the outfit, focus on matching yourself. Okay, second thing I want to talk about is that your bag should be leather. I'm just going to say, unless you've got a moral objection to leather, your bag should be leather for a variety of reasons. I was working with a client recently who's looking for a black bag. She's looking for her everyday workhorse bag, a bag she's going to use for a long time, and that she doesn't want to replace. Like, she wants this to be like a bag she's going to have almost forever. So for her, with her coloring, we decided on a black bag, and she was looking, because of her price range, she was looking at bags that are budget friendly, and so she was looking at a lot of vinyl bags. Vinyl bags will fall apart, and they are not great for the environment. So if those are things that are important to you, if longevity is important to you, sustainability is important to you, and if the environment is important to you, then I would consider a leather bag, even if you're buying the leather bag secondhand. The thing is, you can get a great leather bag from brands like Portland Leather, which is what we did for her, at the same price as you can buy a vinyl bag or whatever, vegan leather, faux leather bags that they have. So if you're comfortable using leather, then I would definitely recommend finding a leather bag in your price range, whether you have to buy secondhand, whether you buy a direct-to-consumer brand like Portland Leather. They're out there and they're absolutely worth the investment, and they're not even really an investment. Okay, the third thing I want to talk about is to consider scale when you're looking at bags. So you want to consider, if you're a smaller person, you want a bag that's not huge. You want a bag that's in proportion to the size of your body. If you are a taller person, or you've got bigger bones or whatever, you're going to want to scale up your bag. I will have like in the blog post that goes with this video, I'll have kind of a guideline on choosing the right scale bag for your body, because if I get into that in today's video, the whole focus of the video is going to be on scale. But again, choose a bag that kind of looks like it doesn't, is it minuscule on you where it's like laughably tiny, like some of the new microscopic bags are right now for anybody and everybody, but it's also not gargantuan. Now obviously there are going to be exceptions if you're looking for like a strictly utilitarian bag, like a weekender or even a work tote. I was showing a work tote in a video a couple of years ago, and someone said that's huge. I'm like, yeah, it is huge, but it's a work tote, like it's designed to hold a ton of stuff. But for your everyday bag, you want it to be in scale with your body. Now the next thing I want to say is that every woman needs a minimum, and I'm never going to limit you. I'm not that kind of friend. I'm not that kind of fashion friend where I'm going to limit you, but every woman needs a minimum of 3 bags in her wardrobe. So those 3 bags include an everyday bag. I'm just going to say, even though suede is not as durable, suede goes really easily from day to night, and so I think suede can often be a fabulous option for day to night. Also, textures like patent leather and croc can go from day to night a little bit more easily than just a smooth like leather. So if you're looking for an everyday bag that really will go everywhere, consider an interesting texture like that. But your everyday bag needs to be practical, but it also needs to be polished enough that you can take it out to a girl's lunch. You can wear it to church, and you can also wear it to run errands on weekend. My current favorite is the Teddy Blake Dana bag. I love this. This is a fabulous everyday bag, and one that I have been using all the time. Another everyday bag that I've been using and I used all summer long and will continue to use through fall winter is the Quince like box bag. These are examples of everyday bags that just work really, really well for me. Of course, the Dana in black is the one that is my most neutral, and then the Quince bag is in my light neutral. So if you're checking one box, if you're buying one bag, you want it to be in that dark neutral. Okay, after your everyday bag, and everyone is going to have specific requirements for those types of bags, you want it to be a practical bag that you can carry all the time, right? The next bag that you want to consider is an evening bag. Now, I really like Whiting and Davis metallic clutches. You can buy these at thrift stores and consignment stores and vintage and antique stores. I just saw one from the 1940s at an antique store near me. I love them. They can be a really, really good deal there. They are still made, but these chainmail kind of bags are timeless. They stay in style forever. They do not disintegrate or wear out. They are collectible, and you can pass these down to future generations. I just absolutely love them. So I think this is a great option for, but I think it's generally we're looking for a neutral, simple bag for any type of evening event, because you're not going to carry your work purse for an evening event, a wedding or a cocktail party or something like this. You want that type of bag. And so I think a metallic is always a safe option here. You can of course do your dark neutral as well, or the neutral that's close to your hair color, but I think a metallic is always a great option. You can choose the metallic that you wear the most in your wardrobe. And again, consider the Whiting and Davis or that type of bag, because they're timeless and they go with every single outfit. Okay, the final bag that I think every woman needs in her wardrobe is a tote or a work bag. So I have the Portland leather tote, but I also love the Longchamp tote. You could also do a backpack for this, but this is your bag for work, for travel, for like overnights, for like often they'll call these shoppers. A classic example of this is the Louis Vuitton Neverfull. This is just your classic tote bag, and it's a very, very versatile tote to have. Again, if you're not a tote person, consider a backpack instead, but it's that haul everything but still look great type of bag. Okay, I'm gonna have lots of options for bags in the catalog that's linked below this video, as I always do. Okay, now let me get into kind of what's happening in trends for bags for fall 2025. So first of all, we're seeing a lot of suede. We're seeing a lot of suede, like rich suede. Chocolate brown is really taking over as the dark neutral for bags and shoes this season, as opposed to black. We're always going to see black, and we're always going to see the other neutrals, but chocolate brown is definitely the neutral of the season. So we're seeing lots of suedes and chocolate brown and a lot of other colors. And suede just adds such great texture to fall clothes, and it feels so fresh right now. We're seeing it in bags and in boots. We're also seeing croc, snakeskin, python, leopard, exotic prints. The animal prints that we're seeing in clothes, we're also seeing in bags. This is a key trend, and I love it. If you've got if you feel like your wardrobe is a little flat, if you feel like it's a little bit boring, if you feel like you need a little bit more personality in your wardrobe, consider adding personality with your bag, because it will add pattern and interest to your outfits without limiting, how you're combining things. And of course, this is most useful if the bag is actually staying on you and you're not putting it down when you go where you're going. But I love these textured bags. I think they add so much fun. Okay, top handle and vintage inspired silhouettes. These are my favorites. I love like a little structured vintage looking bag with a little top handle on it. These are so ladylike, they're so classic, they're so beautiful. And even though these are currently trending, they are timeless and they're not going to go out of style. So if you're looking at an investment bag, consider a top handle structured ladylike handbag. This is going to be something you will have forever. Another bag that is big right now, and it's kind of the opposite of the structured ladylike bag. It's the soft slouchy totes. These are called like soft structure bags, and I'm seeing them called, some of these look a little bit like 90s to early 2000s inspired. Some are like really just modern slouchy suede totes. There's a lot of variations on this, but it's a slouchy bag. And again, some of them are kind of hobo style, and some are softly structured, like the Miu Miu bag that I'll show you. But there's a wide variety of these kind of softer totes in style. Another style that we're seeing a lot of is like a train case, a vanity case. I love these. I love these. I think they're so cool. It's like a boxy silhouette that kind of looks like an old school makeup case, beauty vanity case that you would have taken on a train or a plane with you back in the day when travel was glamorous. And I absolutely love these types of bags. Another trend that I'm seeing is these, and it's been since last year, is the East-West bag. This is basically a bag that is wider than it is high. So it's just this kind of long cylindrical style. You're gonna see several of these in the hot bags of the season, and I think these are really cool. They're long, thin, kind of baguette style silhouettes and they're very hot. And then the last thing I want to talk about is kind of quilted and padded details and statement hardware on some bags. We're seeing a lot of quilted bags. We're seeing still some of the puffy quilted bags, and then we're seeing quite a bit of statement hardware on bags. Now, I'm going to go back to the beginning, where I had the tips about choosing a great bag, and I'm going to point out that if you're going to invest in a bag and an investment bag is a big deal for you, like not something that you do lightly, then I would consider keeping your bag as simple as possible. You're going to go for a structured top handle bag or a very simple, sleek crossbody. Remember that details date. So details this season include things like statement hardware, include like puffy quilting, include things like that East-West shape, as much as I love that shape, include like the exaggerated crescent bags, which are still very much trending. Any really trendy shapes or trendy details, any details, a lot of details at all, are going to really date your bag. So if you're looking for an investment bag, and I will have some investment bags to recommend, make sure the bag is as simple as possible and that the shape is as classic as possible. If this was a bag you would have seen, maybe possibly your mom wear, and then you might have worn 20 years ago, like a version of it, that might be a great investment bag. Okay, let's talk about bad bags. Bad bags. There's so many bad bags, and I wish there weren't, but there are just so many bad bags, and I really like, I had to step away from my computer for a little while when I was researching this, because I was just like, I don't understand why they're still making these. These are horrific. The first thing I want to talk about is I'm looking at you, Brahmin. It's the but wait, there's more bag. These are bags that have so much going on, and not in at all a modern way. So they're like, well, if someone's spending $300 or $400 on one of our bags, let's put all the doodads on it at one time, without any balance, without any modern nod to modern trends, and they're not classic, and they're not modern. And I will say, if you want something that's not going to date, it needs to be classic. And this is, a lot of times people will push back, oh, I spent a lot of money on this shoe, and how can you say it's dated? Or I spent a lot of money on this bag, and how can you say it's dated? I'm going to go back to details date. So if you don't want your clothes to date, and you don't want your shoes to date, and you don't want your bags to date, keep them super simple. And these bags have so much going on. I'm just going to pop up a couple of here. They've got like the mixed python croc print thing going. What in the world? There's so much going on these bags, and then they have hardware, and then they have all sorts. They're just like, if you go for a very simple Brahmin bag, one tone of python, or faux croc or whatever it is. But even like that, the animal prints are like statementy because they're like oversized, and then often like the iridescent finishes and multicolors, and oh, these are so bad. I'm gonna stop with my rant, but these are really, really bad. The next bag I'm coming for you, Michael Kors. It's the faux logos. I'm sorry. It's the faux logos, bags with fake logos. Michael Kors logo is not a logo. It's not like an elevated logo. If we're gonna do a logo, and there's a lot of debate about logos. If you're a logo person, then it needs to be like a Gucci logo or something. Otherwise, like I've seen bags from Walmart and from Kohl's with fake logos on them. Don't get the logo bag. Don't get the logo bag if it's not really a designer brand. It's not gonna give you an elegant look. Instead, it's really gonna pull down everything you wear. And the Michael Kors logos, Michael Kors does not have the same cachet, especially at that price point, that it used to have. And so that logo is meaningless, and it really just creates a bag that is versatile and is dated and is going to pull down your entire outfit. You do not want logos from brands like Michael Kors, and you don't want fake logos from that are really non-logos from places like Walmart. And I don't have any problem buying bags there. Just make sure that they don't have logos on them. So the logo bags, I'm also going to come for that Michael Kors big gold ring that hangs off of every one of his bags, or any big gold MK thing on his bags. Those are not elegant, they are not timeless, and they are a waste of money. It always blows my mind when I see a long line, usually of younger people, outside the Michael Kors store in our area on Black Friday. I'm like, really? It's not a thing like that. Now, Michael Kors collection, if you're going to go for the higher end, is definitely still beautiful and elegant and timeless, but not the MK with a big gold circle on it. I'm going to go for the faux leather bags next. I've talked about why I don't love these. They're not a great investment. They're not great for the environment. They fall apart, and you can get a real leather bag for the same price as a faux leather bag. Okay, these strictly utilitarian bags with 150 pockets on the outside, Bagalini makes them. They make some good bags, but they make some awful bags. And these are what I used to consider like the quintessential, like mature bag. You needed the pockets on the outside for the chiclets. Do you guys remember chiclets when we were little? Like, this was a grandma bag when we were little. It was always in bone. Someone criticized me for using the word bone in a negative way. Well, I don't know why, but the word bone seems to be exclusively used by brands that make bad bags and bag shoes. I don't know why. Maybe I'll find a good example of a bone item, but they're always referring to it. It's a sad beige bag with a lot of pockets, and it's often in canvas or in vinyl. It's strictly utilitarian without a nod to style. Something, I love a pocket as much as the next person, but these are not. These are 100% going to pull down every outfit you wear. Next thing I want to talk about is non-versatile bags. Now, once you've got the 3 boxes checked, go crazy. Once you've got your everyday bag, your evening bag, and your tote or work bag, go crazy and have some fun with like non-versatile bags. But a lot of times I see, bags that they just don't really go with anything, and people are trying to carry them with all their outfits. So I'm gonna look at the Brahmin bags for this again. Any heavily embellished and dated bag is going to be something that's just not going to be versatile, and it's also going to date your outfit. Final bag I'm going to talk about, and I won't cover it for long, is the Vera Bradley bag. You know how I feel about quilted, colorful bags. What do they even go with? Again, if you want a way to like instantly pull down your outfit, a quilted bag in a paisley print is the way to do it. Okay, now let's talk about designer bags that are in style, and I'm going to give you some more affordable options. So first of all, I'm going to talk about price ranges with bags, because that's changed That's changed. Like I remember when you could get like a Burberry or a Louis bag under $1,000, like easily under $500. I remember when that was an investment, like $500 for a bag, $1,000 for a bag. And I know many of you are looking at me like I'm crazy and still think that that's an investment. What I'm trying to say is that designer bags have gone up a lot in price, and a lot of women who used to buy designer bags are now completely priced out of designer bags. Now, fortunately, there's been a like an uprising of mid-priced bags. Again, these are going to be the luxury bags for many of you, and many women, this is their luxury price point. But they're fabulous. They're fabulous. So these are brands like Teddy Blake, like Parisa Wang, like De Melier, which Princess Catherine, Princess of Wales wears. There is Polen. I'm going to say Donna Karan right now has a new designer. Do not sleep on their bags. Their bags are amazing. And then brands like, Kate Spade, Tory Burch, and Rebecca Minkoff, and then the hot mid-priced bag, or maybe in many cases your luxury bag brand of the season, which is Coach. Coach has had a major resurgence in the last year or two. They have had like a glow up, an upgrade, and their bags are fabulous. And one of the hot bags of the season is under $300 from Coach, and I think it's a great investment bag. Now, the great thing about Coach bags is that you can often find them at consignment stores, at thrift stores, and that is a logo worth buying. If you find a vintage Coach bag, that's a fabulous bag to get. So, because they are so hot right now. Okay, so let me talk about designer bags and these are exorbitant. I understand that some of you are in the market for a designer bag and others are never going to be, but we can all enjoy looking at these bags. So the first is the Kate Audrey top handle bag. This is probably the most timeless of these hot bags of the season. And again, I'm going to say, if you're only going to buy one really expensive designer bag in your entire lifetime, make sure it's a timeless bag, of course. Don't spend, your one designer bag of your life money on a bag that's going to be out of style in a year and a half. That's heartbreaking. So this Kate Audrey bag is just, it's a classic top handle bag. It is beautiful. It is expensive. I'm gonna pop up the price here because I cannot say it out loud. It is expensive, but it is stunning, and it is a classic bag that you can conceivably have for the rest of your life. Now, this next bag is a little bit of a throwback. It feels like late 90s, early 2000s when I was a fashion magazine editor. This is the type of bag that was trending. This is the Miu Miu Aventure Napa leather bag. It's a slightly, they call this soft structure, this bag. These types of bags that are not exactly hobo bags. They have some structure, but they're also soft. Love this one from Miu Miu. I think it's very cool. Okay, these next three bags, which are very much trending right now, are East-West bags. So again, they're like these long cylindrical kind of baguette bags. The first one is the Alea L'Hotel bag. I've talked about this. I talked about this last year. This has been trending for a while. It's just a gorgeous bag. At a very expensive, it's a sculptural kind of shoulder bag at again at an expensive price. I will pop up the prices for these so that you can see for yourself. This next bag, in terms of these designer bags, is relatively affordable. Don't come for me in the comments because it's still expensive, but it is under $1,000. It is the Proenza Schuler Silo shoulder bag. I think this is such a cool bag. It's such a cool bag, and if it's in your budget to buy a trend bag at $9.90 or whatever the price of this bag is, then this is a fabulous one. It's fabulous. But I think my favorite of these three East-West bags is the Jacquemus, the Salon leather shoulder bag. Look at this bag. I mean, I don't even know if you can put a cell phone in this bag, but who cares? Have someone else hold your cell phone and carry this bag. And again, in terms of these prices, which cap out at the Miu Miu at $4,200, the Jacquemus bag is $1,390. A relative bargain. I love this bag. It is absolutely a trend bag, but look how cool that is. Okay, a couple of other fancy bags for the season that I'm really loving. The Gucci GG Marmont small shoulder bag. This is just an iconic, like not even a trend bag. This is a great kind of classic bag from Gucci that continues to be really popular and is hotter than ever this season. The Loewe Squeeze bag. I showed this in my fall trends video. I love this bag. I think this is such a cool bag from Loewe. Again, this is going to be a trend piece, this one, but I love it. And you can love it too for only $5,000. And then the Saint Laurent is Le 5 à 7 Small Hobo. This is $26.50. This is another key designer bag of the season from Saint Laurent. I love this bag. I think it's beautiful. I think it's stunning. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Okay, so let's talk about let's come down to earth a little bit. And if these $4, $5, $3 to $1,000 bags are not in your price range or just not in the cards for you, totally fine, because another really, really hot bag for the season is this bag from Coach. It is the Brooklyn bag. It's $2.95. This is such a fabulous bag. We're seeing celebrities carry it. Not that that matters, but we're seeing celebrities carry it. I mean, it's a great hot bag. The great thing about this bag is it's a good investment bag. So if you want to, and I know you can find this at places like consignment stores again and vintage stores. But if you find this bag, snap this bag up, because this is a timeless bag. It will be in style forever. Coach has really great quality leather, and you're gonna have this bag in your wardrobe for the rest of your life. And your kids will try to steal it from you because it's that great of a bag. Now, if we're looking at other bags in this price range, I told you Donna Karan has just been crushing it. Really, really great bags in the $200 to $300 price range. $200, $300, $400. This is the lower end of a designer bag price range in 2025, unfortunately. But Donna Karan, their bags have been fabulous. Beautiful leather, beautiful workmanship, really, really great quality, and just they're modern classics. The Kate Spade Madison is another great kind of collectible, like timeless bag that is in that price range. That is something you're going to have forever. It's just a great classic bag. And Kate Spade, it goes on sale a lot, so I definitely would check out the Kate Spade bags. And then I'm gonna have others. My other favorite brands I forgot to mention in that. So we're looking at the $200 to $300, even the $100 to $300 price range. We're looking at Kate Spade, we're looking at Coach, we're looking at the Donna Karan bags, and then we're looking at brands like Portland Leather in that price range. If you're looking at like $300 to $500, $600, $700, $800, that's the mid range for expensive bags. And so then you're looking at Demelier, you're looking at Polen, you're looking at Teddy Blake. The Prisa Wang bags are usually upwards of $300, maybe a little closer to $300 definitely than they are to $800. You're looking at the Tory Burch bags, some of the nicer Tory Burch bags. So that's that. And then brands like that I love, like Staud and like Cult Gaia, that are known for really, really cool modern bags that are in this middle price range. And then of course the Coach bags. There are a lot of Coach bags in this price range as well. And then above $800, we're looking at, like, just above that price, we're looking at brands like Jacquemus and Proenza Schuler, who are, contemporary brands. Veronica Beard is somewhere in this range as well. Anine Bing. We're looking at fashion brands that do bags really well in that lower luxury price point. And then when you're going higher luxury, of course you're going for Gucci or whatever, Louis Vuitton, maybe it's Chanel for you, whatever those premium brands. And again, if you're looking for a bag that is timeless, you want to combine the simplest and most classic bag from that brand with something that's a nod to your personal style and your color palette and also your scale. Because there's no point in buying. I had a client who said, I bought the Chanel bag that everybody said to buy, and I never reached for it. It's just not me. So there's no point in buying a bag that is going to be an investment for you that is never going to be a workhorse in your wardrobe. If you're going to spend a lot of money on that bag, you want to get a lot of use out of it. So don't let anyone talk you into a Louis Vuitton Never Full or a Chanel 2.55 bag or whatever. If that's not your thing, find a classic luxury bag if you're in the market for one that just speaks your love language, that you love. This is the reason you're never going to see me with any of the classic bags, because I buy bags that I love. And I don't mind if they go in and out of style a little. I'll just bring them back. And for those of you who have commented, and I hear you, about sustainability, about creating a wardrobe where you're not constantly over consuming and overbuying, look at my modern classics list for this, and then really dive into some of the tips in today's video and choose a bag that is great quality, that speaks to your personal style, and that doesn't have a lot of details, because remember, details date. If you want that bag to be in style for a really long time, then make it as simple as possible. And if you have beautiful bags from the past that you are not wearing, or that I've said are out of style, archive them. You don't have to get rid of them. Archive them and bring them back, like I have. Many of the things that you guys are going to be seeing in the next upcoming couple of months are things that I've archived and brought back, and I'm super, super happy to bring them back into my rotation. Okay, last thing, if you want to know kind of what the classic timeless investment bags are, I'm just going to go through a quick list here. Again, these might not be right for you. You want to filter this through, what am I going to reach for? What's going to work for me? Of course, the Hermes Birkin and the Hermes Kelly. I don't have to tell you that these are investment bags, and that often if you manage to get your hands on one of these, you can sell it for a lot more than you paid for it. The Chanel 2.55, the flat bag. This is their iconic classic Chanel quilted bag that everybody recognizes and may or may not be your style. The Louis Vuitton Speedy is possibly their most classic and most timeless handbag, everyday bag style. And of course the Never Full, which is their classic tote. Bottega Veneta, I love this brand. Intrecciato weave styles, like the woven leather styles that are so known for and so iconic, and just really speak luxury to me. I feel like this is one of the most luxurious bags you can buy. And then the Chloe Paddington, this is a classic bag for Chloe. Of course, the Dior saddle bag. Every brand kind of has that bag, that the Fendi baguette, that really they're kind of known for, and they are generally, in terms of investments, kind of the safer investment bags that you can buy. So that's it. I know I covered a lot about bags, everything you wanted to know about bags, and probably a little bit more in today's video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like, and of course subscribe so we can hang out some more. And I want to know what's your price range for budget, for bags. What bags are you looking at? Which ones that I show in today's video that you did you love, and which bags are you like, not for me? Let's comment and let's continue this conversation in the comments below. Love you guys so much. I will see you in the next one. Bye.